Welcome back to another Eagle Forum Capitol Hill update. I'm Tabitha Walter, Eagle Forum's political director, and I'm joined by our executive director, Kirsten Hassler.
Hi, everyone. The House is out this week, but someone is still knocking on their door. We are watching a situation unfold with the Texas legislature as we speak. Texas Senate Republicans considered Senate Bill 1 earlier this week, which had numerous provisions to safeguard their elections. Some of those provisions included a ban on drive-through voting, except for those with disabilities, as well as overnight voting. In larger areas, video surveillance would be required along with, my words got all jumbled in my mind. In larger areas, video surveillance would be required along with a live stream during vote counting. And of course, voter identification would be required from each voter and from each person submitting a ballot on behalf of someone else.
Yeah, so while this bill was passing, House Democrats boarded private jets bound for Washington, D.C., just to avoid taking a vote on the House companion bill, House Bill 3. Since 58 members were absent, the Texas House did not have a quorum to proceed to a vote. The House Democratic Caucus issued this joint statement. We are now taking the fight to our nation's capital. We are living on borrowed time in Texas. We need Congress to act now to pass the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act to protect Texans and all Americans from the Trump Republicans' nationwide war on democracy.
So clearly they're passing this back on to Congress. But Texas Governor Greg Abbott was not amused. He said, quote, "If these people want to be hanging out wherever they're hanging out on this taxpayer-funded junket, they are going to have to be prepared to do it for well over a year. As soon as they come back in the state of Texas, they will be arrested. They will be cabined inside the Texas Capitol until they get their job done." End quote. He plans to call back-to-back legislative sessions until the vote can proceed.
I love that. This is indicative of how Democrats work, though. They are looking to Congress to do their dirty work because they like big government. The House of Representatives have already passed H.R. 1, the For the People Act, and Senate Democrats are loudly pushing their version. These bills promise a federal overtake of state election systems. This means Democrats can twiddle their thumbs instead of doing the hard work of ensuring fair elections in their own state. Because these bills will solidify a Democrat majority in Congress, state Democrats will enjoy the trickle-down effect that will give them exponential money and power.
And of course, President Biden has something to say about this. He gave them a pat on the back by calling this bill, quote, un-American, end quote. But this isn't the first time he has flexed his power on voting issues. His Department of Justice recently sued the state of Georgia over their election bill under the guise of woke politics. Attorney General Merrick Garland claims that Georgia's law denies residents access to vote due to their race. However, when the Democratic National Committee pulled the same stunt in Arizona, the Supreme Court upheld the state's new election law.
Yeah, we at Eagle Forum are seeing people across the nation fighting for election security to ensure that all voices are heard. While Democrats seem to have the louder voice at times, they continue to lose the battles and make themselves look very foolish. You can take action in your state, though. Visit eagleforum.org to find your Eagle Forum state chapter.
And while you're on there, be sure to sign up for our emails and alerts so that you can stay up to date on what is happening here in Washington, D.C. If you have any questions about our report, please post them below. We will see you back here next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
See you then.